All right, so I am really gonna go to the sugar bush today. Here in the sugar bush. Well, I'm in the field next to the sugar bush. Need to do a couple of things over with this tank. I got over here and remembered I forgot some wire I was gonna stretch out, but that's okay. I can do that later. I'm gonna clean this tank off and just check it. I want to sweep the snow off the top of it and see if it's thawed out. Right now I think I have almost 4,000 foot of line stretched out, and then I've got another 1,000 feet to stretch out. This is the woods here. This is my my one tank that looks like it's got about maybe 75 gallons in it right there, and it looks like it's still frozen. Oh yeah, frozen good. I've got these lines run up, and there's two lines off of here, about 2,000 feet. I can't remember how many taps. Not a lot. It's not a very dense sugar bush. Not a lot of maple trees, but so the line will come along, as you can see here, and it have a T there, and then it comes up to this tap right here. And when it warms up and the temperatures and pressures are right, sap will come out of that tap into the tubing and on down to the holding tank. And so I've got maple tapped there, and up there there's a line that runs up there, and then another line. This is my number one line, and I got a couple laterals that come off of it, and it terminates up there at the top. This is pretty nice because I get some gravity flow here, and that actually creates a little bit of vacuum without actually having a vacuum pump. There's my second line. It runs up there. When I get up to the top, I'll show you guys what it looks like up there. But these two lines are completely done. My third and fourth line are completely done and tapped and everything. They're just waiting on the flow. My fifth line needs taps put on it and taps put in trees, and then a sixth line I have yet to run. So let me clean this tank off, and we'll get down to the other end. On the other side of the sugar bush, and this is my second collection tank. I've got two tanks out here. This tank has where are we at here, 100 gallon. Looks like it has about 100 gallon in it or so. So that's just, let's see, 175 gallons. So probably 4 gallons of sap. So I need to clean this tank off too. This is all still frozen solid. But there's my third line that goes up through, going that way up to the top of the hill, and my fourth line goes out. This is line 5 that I need to put taps in and secure, pull out of the snow right there, and it runs up over that side of the hill. And then I need to put my sixth line in and get down there. It'll sort of diagonal go up that hill and then catch some trees up on top. So all of this, if it's tapped, should be flowing maybe today, but definitely tomorrow. So I'll get my stuff put together, figure out, looks like I'm probably going to want to get the tapping going on. That'll get number 5 tapped, and then I can run on number 6, or may run down there and put that lateral line in for number 2. So I've got everything that I think I'm going to need laid out. I'll just show you guys what it is. So I've got the tap on the drop. These are pre-made up. I will use my single-handed tool here to attach it to the T-fitting, and I'll show you guys how that works here in a minute. Then I'll drill a hole that's the appropriate size for the tap that I'm using, and then I will tap the tap into the hole, and that'll be it. I've got my tubing cutters here, and I've got some miscellaneous fittings that I'll take with me. I shouldn't need this stuff, but it's always nice to have it with you rather than having to end up walking back down the hill when you're way up there and you go, oh, I need a T-fitting. And then you got to walk all the way down here to the truck and get it and then walk all the way back. Trust me, I've done this a couple of times. Load everything into the world famous 5-gallon bucket there, and I use that to carry everything up. Guess I'll grab all my stuff and go to the top of the hill. All right, made it to the top. The snow adds a definite element for sure. So this is the top of the sugar bush, and I can see lines 4, 5, probably 3 down there, and then I've got another line that has started, and it runs back over here. So I'm going to start tapping. You guys are clipped to a tree branch, so if you feel like you're swinging up and down, you are. Basically how this goes, I want to put my tap on my T-fitting first. And pretty straightforward process here. This thing just squeezes the tube onto the fitting or over the fitting, and you can't. It's nearly impossible to do with just your hands alone, especially if it's not warmed up. Oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. So with the drop line attached to the T, now I'm ready to put my tap into the tree and drill out there. And there's a real distinctive sound that changes when you've seated the tap. Yep, that was it. So there you go, that's tapped. Just repeat that process about, I don't know, 20 more times down the hill. I'll be good to go. All right, got that line all tapped in. Came out to be 20 taps. Went up with 24 and had 4 left. Actually ran home and got the wire I wanted to clean up my tank. So I'll show you that. This was all binder twine before, which I knew was just temporary. So I got my I got some wire here and wired it in so that it won't break. And then that allowed me to pull some tension and get some droop. That's what's left of a 500-foot roll. So I don't see any flowing out right now, but there has been. You can see little drips in here. And you come down to here, and there's sap right there. Sap here and here. So it doesn't look like it flowed much or did much, but there was a little bit of. I think that's going to be it for today. My feet are cold and wet. My jeans are wet. I got line 5 tapped, and it's ready to go. And I saw some sap flow up at the top on it. I got the upper part of line 6 pulled in, and it's ready to set taps on and tap. And I got to run from my tank up to the end of the upper run of 6, and I'll hit a few maples on the way as I snake through there. And then I got to tap it, and I think I'll be done. So one of the big advantages of running tubing is that I have 2 tanks I go to, and I collect out of those 2 tanks. If I was using bags or buckets, man, I'd have to I'd literally have to walk up and down all of these hills. Right now I have a little over 100 taps, and that'd be almost 100 buckets, or it'd be 100 bags, 100 buckets, depending on how you did it. And there's just no way. You could maybe do that on flat ground, but not here. So yeah, the tubing system is really nice because everything will just run into the tanks. And then I'll collect from there. I'm hoping that I can collect from the tanks in the morning and then run over to the sugar shack and run it through, get it started on my reverse osmosis, and then fire the evaporator, run the evaporator all day. And then come evening, I can let the evaporator settle down, and then I'll just repeat the process the next morning. My biggest fear out here is that when this snow melts, it's going to be muddier and I'll get out and I won't be able to get back here with the truck. But maybe have a couple of other options. We'll see. That's it for today, guys and gals, chipmunks, whatever. I will talk with you later.